So crypto's not dead yet, you would say?
Oh, it's dead right now.
It's dead right now.
Crypto's dead right now.
But like it's gonna come back. There'll be another.
So like the definition of securities, you think that would be changed, or do you think like something would just be tacked on to this financial system?
I'm not sure. I think for securities now, there has to be like the one big stipulation is there has to be an expectation that you're going to get a return on your investment. But you could make that argument that you could do that with literally anything.
Any item,
like
yeah.
I can buy Rolexes. Or like the Messi tickets, the Miami Messi tickets.
Oh,
Like I'm buying something out of speculation, thinking I'm going to get a return off of it. Is that a security? They have this thing called the Howey Test, which that's part of it. And yeah, back from the 30s, I think, and seems a little outdated. And I think maybe out of all this, there will be changes for that, hopefully.
For sure. I think they're just probably control each one differently. Like probably stocks and stuff like that will stay the same because that hasn't really changed much. But more so, probably the way you define crypto and all that will.
Yeah, it might need its own set of rules.
Which they say it doesn't, which is kind of BS.
The crypto that doesn't need its own set of rules.
The SEC's current argument is there doesn't need to be any change because it should be it can clearly be regulated with the same laws, but obviously it doesn't make sense because the ones that are securities or were sold as securities, sure, the argument there for some, but not all were sold with the incentive of you're going to make a profit or anything like that. Surely some have, but not all.
And I mean, there's definitely some credence to what they're doing because I mean their goal is to protect investors, and there's definitely a bunch of scams in the space and people kind of pump and dumping on people and in some cases ruining their lives or like erasing their life savings. So there's some aspect of like regulation that could be necessary,
beneficial,
but at the same time in the sense of they're trying to protect investors, like everyone's positions are getting destroyed right now because of
you're trying to protect
because it doesn't really seem like they're protecting much.
So what I was thinking was like I wouldn't say necessary. There might be some pros and cons to the regulations, but to a degree, why can't crypto just be the space that's the Wild West where you are responsible for whatever happens? You choose.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice. I would be okay with that, but it's also like there's just so many scams that it's hard to even like.
Kind of not to play.
They have no case to
because
like for regulation of some sort.
Being an advocate for crypto, you kind of want some regulations. At least I would think that you would want some regulations due to the fact that it gives people a peace of mind knowing that there's entities like monitoring it and looking at it, working to try to help them stay safe.
And I mean, in a way, it's a little bit of it's an industry that's self-polices. Like the banking industry itself is super opaque. You don't know what's going on. The crypto space is open source, transparent. Like
exactly
what I was doing before at work was essentially like surfacing the signal from the noise, identifying who the entities were in the space. So it's not just a string of numbers and letters. It's not just a public key that you're looking at, but you're seeing an entity behind it. So like in the space, we're kind of like identifying who's who and then understanding what they're doing when they move money.
Yeah.
So like
it's only pseudo-anonymous.
Yeah, exactly. So then when FTX collapsed, like you could see on chain that like we couldn't find their funds at all
on the wallets that they have listed or claimed. Right?
But now that there's all these like allegations or speculation on Binance, we know their addresses and they have. I mean, last time I checked, it was like 64 billion.
I was literally just gonna ask you because this is a question that I've been wondering for like a minute and I just never found the answer to it. It was like on the back end, how do these exchanges, these centralized exchanges, handle their assets? Like, I would assume they don't have all their assets on one wallet. They would have multiple wallets.
Centralized. No, they definitely don't. They have various either cold wallets, hot wallets, and then they have like customer deposit wallets essentially. So there might be some contracts that they use in between, but they have like a general exchange architecture where there's like a hot wallet and then there's cold wallet,
Mm-hmm.
and then the deposits.
I see.
It tends to be the trend for all exchanges.
By any chance, do you know like an estimated number of wallets that they had?
Oof. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know that. I probably could have looked that up, but I
You just never, yeah,
yeah,
I feel that.
never even.
Yeah, because I
thought
feel
to look at
being
it.
in a data analytics
Yeah.
company like Nansen, I'm sure.
Yeah, you could figure that out for sure. Wouldn't be hard. You could just query that.
Mm-hmm.